Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dymension Prototype. Now, I wish to show you something in the settings menu, because I'm not trying to pad this out or anything. In the settings, there are controls, many interesting controls. There's also mystery control. You can press M to do goodness knows what, they haven't written it down, which is interesting. So, I look forward to finding out what that mystery button does. Right then. Flashlight consumes batteries, search for new ones. I shall try to do that. Right then, so apparently this is a shooter, but it's a horror shooter, rather than just being your general shooter involving spooky things like demons and monsters and cultists and werewolves and balloon thieves and all those other sort of horrific things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis in this wacky world that we call our own. Along with long loading screens, those are quite horrific as well. But you don't have to deal with them thanks to the joy of jump cuts. Jump cuts that we can't do because I'm prattling over them. Hello. You seem far too alive to be in a horror game.
Are you a rookie?
Yes, I'm Adam Ross. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Like all newcomers, you should have read the instructions. I hope there'll be no problems. Any questions?
Yes, sir. What if...
Warning. Case number 157 turned on the siren.
No time for questions. Anyway, the dressing room is at the end of the hall, as well as the equipment room. You'll find out.
Okay. Nice waistcoat. Alright then. What is it trying to get hold of? I do not know. But he nearly died doing it. Presumably somebody else died at some point due to this. Right, goodness, the frame rate. Goodness, the frame rate looks better for you than it does for me, which is a new one, I must say. Press M to open map. Oh, that's what the mystery button does. Right then. The mannequin. Why do you people have a mannequin room? Why are you just that evil? Alright, let's zoom out a little bit. Okie dokie then. This is the mystery room. Makes sense that you'd get a tutorial about the mystery button in it. I've got a decent looking shadow going on that, and I have a rather dapper shirt on by the looks of it as well. Right then. Oh no, sorry. I thought this was being highlighted because it was important that I interact with them. I don't think it was. Oh goodness, we are going to get told off by the manager for I did think what we did. It's sort of at bum height, which makes it a bit worse somehow. Let's not even worry about it. Right, okay. Red security level. Access denied. Oh dear, it seems I'm a bit green in more ways than one. Right then, what have we here? That thing's moving. Is this the mannequin room? No, this is the chemistry room. I'm not seeing many chemicals, but, alright. I need blue security level, or can I just push my jeans up against it? That should work. I think I've pushed my bum up against enough things at the moment. Here is the mannequin room, which... Oh no, this isn't the mannequin room. Where is the mannequin room? Oh, there's the mannequin room. It can only be accessed via the laboratory, which requires the yellow security card. You don't have the key for this door, I noticed. Right then, in the dressing room. How very exciting. Alright then, let's go into the dressing room and put on our tuxedos so that we are thoroughly prepared for this little endeavour. Right, what does this say? Dear Adam Ross, the Brooding Lab... The Brooding Lab? Oh, that's the name of your company. Sorry, I got confused there for no apparent reason. Is pleased to welcome you to the ranks of the team that will change the future. Oh, what is it with corporations and grandiose statements that have nothing backing them up? This letter will answer your questions and help you navigate your new position. The lab is the brainchild of Brew Robotic Lab, a robotics and AI company. One day, one of our genius minds, Oscar Lane, decided it is time for a new stage of humanity. Did the rest of humanity consent to this? Because I get the distinct impression that they didn't. And so we were born. The essence of our research and experiments consists in introducing human minds into mannequins. You people are asking for trouble. Just imagine, I am imagining it. No hunger, because you're dead. No thirst, because you're dead. No stamina, because you're dead. No trauma. I'm going to stop repeating myself at this point. A human being with a robot body. How about just downloading the human mind into a computer, right? That's equally impossible, or at least with current technology, but at least it's not as likely to get you killed. Oh dear, we haven't reached that goal yet, but we're hard at work towards it. Unfortunately, we use humans for our experiments. But don't worry, they all agreed to it voluntarily. I love that you're saying that instead of they are. You are very lucky. You will see the results of the experiment in person as they rip your face off. You will see to it. You will keep the mannequins in order and not cause unnecessary problems. To make it easier for when you meet the dummies, we invite you to personally meet some of them. Plus, they have something for you when you open your locker. Goodness. Can I, okay, that's just the same thing. How do I access this? How do I get hold of this little key? What is my code? Can I turn this around at all? I do not believe that I can. How do I get access to this then? Do I need a code? Oh, goodness. Yes, I can input a code with this rather janky mouse. Of mine, but I've got to figure out where that code is first. What have we here? Is this the yellow card? Presumably, it's the wrong way up, oh boy. Medium security. Yes, I shall have this, I think. You can now open laboratory room. I shall attempt to do that. Alright then, so presumably I will find a code somewhere which will allow me to open my locker. Because my goal is no longer on the map, let alone in the dressing room. Alright, fair enough. Let me have a quick look at a few other things. The equipment room. Can I go in here? You don't have the key for this door. That's a bit sad. I can go in here, however. What? You need to have gun and costume. Yes, you're right. Presumably that is the clown room. No, that's the test room. I see. That's where I'm going to do my exam. I'm going to take a gun with me so that I can shoot the person that wrote some out of questions. If my sentiments are anything like they normally are in my recent exams. Alright then. This seems safe. This seems really safe. I can't walk forwards. There's something here. Oh, there physically is something there. Oh, there was a big button there that I didn't see. There's a big button there that I can't press either. Right. You seem to have had an accident, mate. Or possibly just an injury inflicted by this pincer here. Goodness. I'm just going to say this, right? This might be a controversial opinion and all, but I don't have a particularly attractive body, right? But I don't think I'd want to swap this for that. Alright? Just putting that out there. I mean, that would probably itch less, but that's not the point. Alright? Not the point. Mark, why the hell haven't you fixed the electrical panel yet? For a newbie, you're very irresponsible. If this place blows up because of you, I'm in big trouble. Please do the right job today. If there is a short circuit, don't be scared. The main switchboard is in the server room. Ask the doctors in the chemistry room for the key. Good afternoon. Oh dear. You seem a little bit cross about things. Where's my light? I don't know where the light is. I can't find it. It's probably over there, I imagine, given that's the only thing I can see. Oh, here we are, a flashlight. Press 1 to use flashlight. Huzzah. Alright then. So somebody is a little bit cross at me. You don't seem cross. You seem quite happy about life. You look like you're having a nightmare, but you're a very cool character model. I like that. Goodness, what was that? Sir, calm down. That's company property you're destroying. I'm going to have to sue you at this rate. Alright then. So we have gotten to the spooky... We have definitely got to the spooky pooky bit of the game. Alright then. There was no code on that note. But there might be a key in here somewhere, because it said... This was the laboratory room, wasn't it? Yes. It said that there was a key in here to get me into the server room. Yeah, well I can try and get in the server room, unless it's the yellow key card. You dunce. For goodness sake. Do you not know this is bulletproof reinforced glass? You know the number of FBI raids we haven't had in here? You silly Billy. You absolute muppet. Right. Is that them running through the vents? That's nicely done. Access denied. Oh dear. Oh, because that's the red security orders, isn't it? Okay then, so I need to find a key. Except I've not a baldies where to find it, or another key card even. Yeah, I'm not sure where to find it because what the hell? Oh, alright. Oh goodness. Oh, it's one of these that are puzzles. Alright then, fair enough. I can do this, probably not. Where's it going? It's going from there and needs to come down here and like that. Is the door open now? Yes. Right, now, kindly, sir, with your scarecrow-escent face, would you mind staying there and not being quite so spooky? For at least, a minute. Or two. Oh, hello. Idiot, excuse me. That was nicely done. I enjoyed that. That was interesting. Right, can I get whatever it is I came in here to get? And get the hell out of here, please. Before I get traumatized any further. He took the red keycard. Huzzah. Alright then. So maybe I don't need... I actually don't need a blue one. But they've all gone. They've all gone, except for you. And you're still dancing. Alright, fair enough. The power of dance compels you. I like this. We haven't actually seen a gun yet. So we haven't got to the shooter bit, but we have got to the horror bit, and I'm certainly enjoying that. And interesting to see a more sort of technological horror rather than a sort of, you know, demons or monsters or just codes that look more confusing than a game of Dungeons and Dragons while you're drunk. Can I open this and do another game of this? Alright then, this looks to be exactly the same as the other one. No, I don't think it's exactly the same as the other one. No, I'm going to turn it that way, aren't I? And then take it down and then across and then... Yeah, it is exactly the same as the other one. Kitty yarns. Kitty yarns. There we are. Huzzah. Take a costume and a gun. You can just take one, mate, and put it in your pipe and smoke it, because I ain't interested in none of your sauce. Right, I turn this off, I suppose. Save the planet and all that jazz. Is that special? I don't think that's special. No, I think that's just the light being caught on it. Right then. I'm going to try and not move the camera too much for the sake of the screen tearing, and we're going to see if I can open the locker now. I doubt that I can, because I need the key for the sake of opening the test room, I think. But, oh, I need the equipment room first. Okay, yes, to get my costume. To get my outfit all sorted, for I am not dapper enough, it would seem. So I need the key, but I do not know where to find that. Well, I assume this is the key. I just don't know how to open this. Because I don't know what the code is. There must be a code somewhere. It must be written somewhere. Let me wander around for a minute or two and see if I can find this code anywhere. It's got to be written somewhere. Now that the light's on, it should be a lot easier to find. Let me have another little look in here. Can I press this button? I have no idea what that does, but it's vaguely interesting that it happens. You have the number 2 on your Tootsie. Does anyone else have a number on them? Do you have a number on your Tootsies? No, you don't have a number on your Tootsies. Would you mind kicking that up again so I can see your foot? Just for a moment, sir. No, I don't think you have a number on your Tootsie. That's a shame. Or maybe he has the number 2 because it's like containment cell number 2. I don't know. I don't quite understand. But I'll tell you something for nothing. This is certainly the face of someone that was a voluntary participant in this experiment. Right, never mind. Give me a minute to look for this code, and then we'll see what we can do with this code. Right. I am a moron. I am an absolute categoric moron. Right. The note here says they have something for you to open your locker. As in, they are going to give me something which is useful for me opening the locker. Which is not how I read it, as being there is something from them in your locker. Now, so I read that correctly and realised, okay, the code must somehow be in this mannequin room. I thought maybe it's a combination of this 6, this 2, this 3, and this 8. And I was trying to put in various combinations of that number and it wasn't working. And then I remember this button here, which seemingly didn't do anything. Now it flashes there twice, and then it flashes over here twice, which tells me that the code is perhaps 2233. And if that is the code, then I'm going to A, pat myself on the back for working it out, and B, smack myself in the face for being an absolute dunce. Thank you. Hooray! Right then. I am a grade A idiot. But we already knew that. Right then. Let's go into the equipment room and find out precisely what this costume of mine is going to be. What have we here? I don't know, but it looks sort of spooky and interesting. Oh yeah, and there's loads of drawers and stuff you can open, but I don't think that's necessary. I think that's just a functionality which is included in this pre-build. Goodness, I'm not screwing around, am I? Alright then. Here does my costume look like I'm going to go to Chernobyl. In it. What's my objective now? Go to the experiment room. Perhaps I'd best take my gun with me. But, alright. I am thoroughly kitted out, it would seem. So now I am ready to go to the experiment room, he says, immediately forgetting. Do you mean the test room? Presumably you do. Alright then. Let us go. Do I have any weapon? Can I access my weapon? Oh. What's that? What's that that's hanging down from betwixt your legs, my friend? Right, did I die, or is that just in, like, the next stage of the game? Or was that the end of the game? No, I think that's just preparing me for the next bit of the game. Oh, and now we're in that mansion that we were told about. Oh yeah, I totally forgot Kitty Hunt. Sorry, I was playing a game before this about robots and things. So when I was put in a factory full of robots, or a test area full of robots, I just sort of went with the flow. I totally forgot that we were supposed to be in a mansion this whole time. Right, I am a moron. However, I like this environment. It is pretty. The light is done very nicely, which I approve of, because the other environment was very bright. And it's all well and good to try and make a bright environment, but can you make a spooky dark one as well? Can you hear that? It's like if the sound of fly made and a violin makes were sort of combined together. That's what you'd get. Picked up herb. Oh, and now, thanks to Resident Evil 4, I actually know what they're for. Alright then. Kitty. Presumably I can use this. Help you heal small wounds. Yes. Make a herbal medicine by combining it with oil. Presumably not this oil. Sounds like somebody wants a bit of my herbal oil by the sounds of it. This looks interesting. So there's a book missing, and presumably then I need to hit them in a certain sequence in order to make my way across. Right then. I feel like thus far, at least, this has been a bit... Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. I am in a bit of a pickle, aren't I? Because I need to get away from you, and I'm not entirely sure where or how to do that, because there's nowhere that really that I can hide, which puts me in a little pickle of lilies. But Sam? Sam? Who's Sam? I don't know. I only know that I'm dead. I don't have a gun, do I? Am I still in my yellow hazmat suit. I don't seem to have the gloves on anymore, at the very least, so it seems that they kidnapped me and stripped me, which is a little unexpected. No, I'm back in my checkered top. And no, I don't have any kind of gun, it would seem. Right then, this is a little confusing. So there's a monster up there that wishes to murder me. Fair enough. So I need to find the book, which is also fair enough. But I'm not entirely sure how to do that, because it's undoubtedly going to be upstairs, but how am I supposed to get there without having to defeat that monster? I'm not quite sure, unless I can go out this door. No, I cannot. Sadly, I can't take one of these sabers off the wall and duel with it. That would be rather effective and entertaining. Oh! You took the shotgun. Yeah, I did. Right then. Should I try to shoot this man in the face? Oh dear. Me and my own stupidity will forever be my worst enemy. The number of games I've complained about and said, oh, this game doesn't make any sense. Only to realise later that it's just a case of me being an absolute whiny imbecile. Right, hello friend. Yes, I know you're crying out for Sam, but sadly I don't know who he is, or where he is, or what he is. I only know that you scamper around like an overactive dog. But you're held together out of bits of balsa wood and hopes and dreams rather than superglue. Alright, fair enough. Here is a cross. I mistook it for a load of ammunition. Those two things are quite different, old boy. Alright then. I'm enjoying this music. I'm not going to enjoy all of the copyright strikes we get for it later, but I'm enjoying it in the here and now. Alright then, presumably, aha! Ask and thou shalt receive, we will find the book that we're looking for. Okay then. Here is a bin for putting all of the books in that you do not like when you read them, because let's be honest, you wouldn't just put... You'd have to buy quite a lot of books in order to fill shelves this much, which means you probably haven't actually read all of them. You're going to read a few of them and find that they're a bit poo. Right then, let's put this in place and see if we can figure out how this works. Right, sorry. Some of the things you have to press enter, you press E on. Other of them you have to click on. Okay, so it's one of these puzzles. Okay, so this is one of these puzzles where you use an item to get it in the correct position, but then that has a chain effect on others. So what you want to start with is the one which activates the maximum number. So that activates 4, for example. That one only activates 1, so I can leave that one and that one until the end. That one's second till the end. Yeah, there we are. What just happened? Oh, this opened and biffed me on the nose. I apologise, I didn't comprehend that at first. Alright then, we worked that out. That wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Ah, we have found the source of the nice music. There's no vinyl on it. Alright, so you give me a picture of the top of the stairs. So you're saying there's something interesting at the top of the stairs I should pay attention to. Alright then. What then? Can I perhaps interact with this? Can I turn it and activate something? Oh! I'm really beginning to think I need to clean these occasionally. Right then. Right, what's in here that's of interest and importance other than this hat stand and this little confession? Hello, friend. You look a bit more human than everything else we've seen thus far. You're also quite tall, but you look harmless, so we should be alright. Jump scare? Oh, it was you in the tuxedo. I thought it was supposed to be me in the tuxedo. Goodness. This video has just been a lot of examples of me being a bit dumb, hasn't it? Right then. Okay, this is interesting. This is a bit weird, really. I'm not quite sure what to think of this. I like that it's being ambitious in the sense that it's giving you multiple environments. I certainly think that the mansion environment is lends itself a lot. Well, I was going to say lends itself a lot better to the horror than the mannequin does. Mind you, some of the scares with the mannequins are actually pretty effective. I mean, it's quite professionally put together. It uses this. You can't see it as well here because they've sort of hidden it, but it uses a certain pre-built thing, which is quite popular now. I don't know exactly what comes in it, but it seems to be like a HUD, a UI, like a health system, a combat system, the lantern, the fuel for the lantern, being able to pick up and examine the items in the inventory system and the objectives. They all seem to be a pre-built thing, because the number of games that I have seen that use this is far too high for it to just be everyone happens to design things the same way. And normally things that are built in this pre-built aren't usually very high quality. I've seen a couple of things more recently which have been a bit more promising, and this is certainly one of them. So I think this has some potential. If it goes into the lore of the mannequin monsters a bit more, and it really builds up a sort of a scary story for them, then I think that would be good. I like the little puzzles within the mansion. They were a nice touch. I'm not so convinced about the combat, but I'm generally in the camp of combat and horror don't blend, because when you can fight and defeat an enemy, they stop being scary. Although, mind you, I was going to say games like The Evil Within and Resident Evil, they've got combat in them. I mean, they're horror games, but they're more sort of gore type games rather than scary type games, I think. They're sort of a different blend of horror. But anyway, we're not here to have a talk about the wider philosophical discussions of how to do horror. We are here to say that this game was good and promising, and when the full thing comes along, I shall probably give it a wee try and see what is up, because I like this sort of robot mannequin enemy type thing that we've got going on, and some of the scares in the first half were actually really effective. So yes, that was a prototype for Dymension, and I look forward to playing a bit more of it. So it would appear I'm in a bit of a pickle. Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game. It is dark in here. Let us turn on some light. Right, press R to reload flashlight. I'm pressing on. Not very much is happening. I'm also pressing F and not much is happening. Oh, that wasn't the light? Oh, I thought that was the light. Oh. I am very stupid, it would seem. Right, speaking of lights that I haven't turned on. Good, and while doing that, I've now wasted a load of battery for my actual flashlight. Right, sorry about that. It's warm today, so I had a fan on. The problem is the fan and the light over there use the same plug, so I forgot to turn it on because I'm a dunce. Right, never mind. Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please excuse my horrible lack of professionality, and welcome to a game with a very long name. I think it's called Midnight Submersion Nightmare Horror Prologue, which is a heck of a name, I must say. I don't think that will fit on the title bar along with everything else that's supposed to be on the title bar, so I think we're just going to roll with Submersion. But I don't know very much about this game, apart from the fact that it uses this pre-build, which is extremely popular, and it apparently has mannequins on it, Some objects are draggable. Can I drag you? How does one do dragging? You can crouch while you're holding control. That much I've worked out. Your bonces follow me, which is interesting. It also seems to be made out of burnt beetroot, which is curious. You seem to be almost reverent towards this locked door, which is curious. But yeah, I think there's a number of mannequin and, well, sort of dummies, models, as it were, in this pre-build, which is why I feel that a lot of people put mannequins as their bad guys when they're using this sort of thing. Hello, friend! Are you waiting for a cab? I don't know. I'm waiting to figure out why I can't step onto the road. Good afternoon. Does your head turn all the way around? It does. That's a bit spooky. Right then. See, this is curious. Why would a mannequin be in a wheelchair? Unless they're just there to represent human beings. I do not know. This way? Oh, alright. Fair enough. Fascinating. Yes, I genuinely do want... Because why would there be a mannequin in a wheelchair if it wasn't just representing the place where a human being was standing, or sitting rather, when something happened? So, that's interesting. Right then, let's have a little wander about and see if we can find any more batteries, because with all of my mucking about, I have to confess I've wasted quite a lot of electricity. So, that was rather foolish of me, but, I don't think it is that light that's flickering. I think there's a light out there which is flickering. Oh, there we are. That's a little easier to see what's going on. There are no batteries. In fact, there's nothing in here at all. There's the grand total of not a lot in here. This makes me a bit cross. Seriously, what is flashing? Oh, it's that that's flashing. Alright, that makes slightly more sense. So I need to find the key for the gate, it would seem, given that that's the only locked thing that I've found thus far. Is there a light switch in here? Because if I can turn the lights on, then I can, I don't have to use my flashlight quite so much, because it's on the brink of dying. What's this? Medicine. Oh, I should probably have some of that. Can I have some medicine, please? Heal 40 HP. Objective updated. What is my objective? Oh, examine this town. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It reminds me of... Do I have any more batteries? I do! Turns out I was worrying about nothing. Unlike this person, seems to have had most of their chest ripped off and is now having a small avalanche of sand fall into their breast, while this person rushes towards them whilst wearing a large plate on the back of their head in order to help them. People did weird stuff back in the old days. Right, I can't tell which way you're facing, mate, because your head's always pointing in the wrong direction. What was I prattling on about? I have no idea. It reminds me of the Mannequin town in the 4th Indiana Jones film, like the fake town that's made for the sake of testing the nuclear weapon. Which is a little unsettling. At least those mannequins didn't come to life. Not until the Traveller's Tales games got hold of it, anyway. Alright, there doesn't seem to be a great deal going on here. Does not seem to be a lot of stuff about, or things to do, or things to see. I am thoroughly disappointed by the tourist attraction opportunities here. Here is potentially a cross man, or a very sad man, and here are 2 people. I'm going to go with the cross, not sad. Where I come from, cross people are more likely to murder you than sad people. Well, that was interesting. Can I have another go at that, please? And this time not die, at least not immediately. Where am I? I'm on the wrong side of an open door. Which is... It sounded like some sort of fascinating phrase about difficulties in one's career, but in reality it's just the fact that I've spawned in a screwy place. Alright then, there was nothing of consequence in that building. I'm not going anywhere near you again, for you are a naughty person. I'm going to have a look at this house instead. Door is jammed. Ah, I can pull these off with my great talons. Don't even need a crowbar. Excellent. Alright. Another wheelchair. And some dancing! Yes! As we all know, when sitting at the kitchen table being sad about news whilst drinking coffee that you have made with your fancy coffee grinder, everyone needs a good dance. Right then. This is interesting. I do hope there's actually something to this game beyond just, wandering around and seeing little spooks. What's that? Is that another battery? Yes, it is. You can charge your flashlight. It seems I can do that even when I don't have the thing on, which is quite impressive. I see your electrics don't work. Perhaps I am the electrician. Not being called out to help. I just need to figure out who it is I'm supposed to be helping. Let us eat this banana. And these fish fillets, these sardines. Right, sorry mate, just got a little hungry while I was mending your electricals. Just needed to come in and get a little snack. Alright then. Yes, I'm absolutely convinced that gate is where we need to go. I just need to find the key. This person doesn't seem very happy about life. It's almost like there's... Ah, hello, this is a different type of mannequin. Didn't know this came with the pre-build. You're oddly short. It's almost like there's two species of mannequin here. There's these lighter coloured ones, and then there's these darker ones. I don't know what that's supposed to represent, if indeed anything, or whether it's just there to add a bit of variety. I don't know. The only thing I know is that somebody didn't pass their driving test. What have we here? I have no idea. I can't read that. A rat? At least I'm not the only one alive. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the grass is alive. There's life here, mate. I'm just not convinced it's very happy life. Let me reload the battery. That's better. What are you two doing? You're doing a secret handshake. You're doing a secret gang symbol. Not convinced I approve. That picture seems oddly familiar from somewhere. Mind you, if it's in this pre-build, I've probably seen everything in this pre-build a dozen times already. Such is the nature of the job, occupational hazard, and all that jazz. Can I drink this booze? I'm sure that it would make me feel much better. Or at the very least give me the courage to... I've definitely seen that picture before. At least give me the courage to face up to the cruel people that attack me in the street. This town likes its fish, doesn't it? You all eat a lot of fish. Oh well, I suppose that's good. It's got good good minerals in it or something. I don't know. I do not recognise this brand of fridge, but at least it's less rude than the name of the brand of fridge that most commonly gets included in these things. Right, should we eat this as well? Yes, we shall. Because why not? We are a gluttonous sort. Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything here in the local cafe. Also, why does the local cafe have a load of barrels that presumably are full of blood, judging by all the redness on its front doorstep? Why is that a thing, exactly? Dare I pose the question? Alright, doesn't seem like there's anything in here. I feel like this isn't far away from where we began, actually. Anything in here? There is a bathtub and a pair of boots. I know what a pair of boots near the ocean is supposed to represent, but I don't know what a pair of boots next to a bathtub is supposed to represent, because it would be rather difficult to drown yourself in a bathtub. Unless you were trying really, really hard, in which case you could possibly manage it. Alright, is there any way to access the second floor of this building? There might be around the other side. I think I saw this, yes. Kitty, I come here for a nice vacation in the village in the countryside, and work still won't leave me alone. I know the feeling. Where's the phone? Hello.
Welcome to Brooding. Whether you chose it for yourself or it was chosen for you, it is the best city left.
I think so highly of Brooding that I decided to locate my lab here in the mountains. I am proud to call Brooding my home. You have a unique opportunity to try out a new vaccine to improve all human performance. Make yourselves comfortable. Wait your turn. Don't worry, we'll take good care of you. It's safe here. It's safe here. It's safe here.
All the best. Kind regards, Brooding Laboratory.
Okay. I'm not a medicalologist, but unless I'm mistaken, aren't vaccines supposed to protect you from a disease? If you want a drug that makes you stronger, I think what you're thinking of is a steroid, but I could be mistaken. So we've got a game where there seems to be a town full of people that have been augmented and turned into mannequins. Alright, what does this say? I can't believe we were finally able to escape from this hell. The idea of introducing the human mind into the body of a mannequin, You as well? What is it with creepy corporations in indie horror games and putting human minds into mannequins? Which has no need for human needs as worldwide discovery, but with great discovery brings with it great challenges. The laboratory decided no matter what to discover a new stage of human evolution as quickly as possible and began major experimentation with all humans. All residents of the nearby places began to forcibly drag to the laboratory for testing. After each test, the human brain got damaged and there was nothing left of it. It got to the point where they began testing laboratory workers as people with outstanding intelligence and a pure mind. The workers tried to run away, but they were caught, and they were sent to the experimentations. That's a bit spooky. We escaped by making duplicate key cards, leaving the lab and securing keys. We locked the cards in the code boxes and scattered them to different sides of the tunnels, hoping to escape as quickly as possible. Are you telling me that so I'll remember it? I had the least luck. Coming out of the tunnel, I ended up in a prison for test subjects. I had been outside and I didn't know what it looked like or where it was. I managed to hide on the second floor of a house. It's safe here. And I found some food. Is this the prison? Is this town a prison? They won't let me get out of here. It's impossible to walk outside because of the mannequins. They seem motionless, but they instill fear, and it's like they're at your back every time. I am out of food and feeling wildly hungry. Tomorrow I will try to trickle out and find some food. Today I'm going to go and explore the area and look for food. Probably won't make it, but I know where the dummies hid the key. The power plant has a switchboard. That's where they hide the key. So if you're reading this, stop the lab, go to the drawer 173. Mike told me he was going to the village around here. Go look there, see if you can find it. Okay. So I'm looking for a power plant. Open box and take a key card. Indeed. Now, how do you do this in this pre-build again? There we are. Third one. Can I turn this the other way? No, I can't. I can just accidentally hide the cursor. 7, 3. Huzzah. Right then, how do I do this? Here we go. Security card. Low level and generic. Alright then, let me have this item. Find exit key near power station. Okay, fair enough. Or that there's just part of a mannequin here. Because I get the distinct impression that people were being turned into mannequins, or having their spirits imbued onto mannequins, which implies there was just the corpse of a torso over there before, and now it's been replaced with just a mannequin. Oh, there's one moving. That's interesting. I didn't know they could do that. Is he outside the fence? I reckon that he is. Can I have a wee look? He's being spooky. Well, he isn't an indie horror game. You would hope so. Alright then, where is this power station? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to use my brain to find it. I'm going to follow... You just stay right over there, you smelly people. I am actually going to get stuck on this road again. I was going to say I'll follow the cables attached to this telephone pole, but there don't actually seem to be any cables attached to this telephone pole. So, that doesn't help me as much as I had hoped it would. Do you have any advice, friend? You don't seem to be particularly good at making decisions, given that you didn't strap down none of your lumber. But never mind. There is that place over there, but I thought I needed a key for this, not a key card. No, I do need a key, which must mean that there's a power station somewhere, because that's what it said, didn't it? Exit key near the power station. Yeah. So there must be a power station, and then... Yeah, you told me that before, and I still don't know how to do that, or why I should do that. Oh, like that. Alright, fair enough. Looks like there's some interesting stuff in there, though. Not that I'm allowed in, however. I have been banned from that room. Alright, I do notice some batteries in there, which does imply I'm meant to be in there, but can I, like, jump inside? Not really, no. Alright, give me a minute. Let me look for this power station, and then we'll find this key and get the hell out of here. Thank you, I think. Where did you go, friend? I think he was the one with the key. Because I reckon this is the power station. I didn't realise it, but it's got like a breaker box outside and an electricity symbol on it, so it seems reasonable to conclude. This way? He went this way? Why, thank you, friend. I appreciate your neighbourly directions. Oh, I didn't see this before. He must be here somewhere. Cute. I am not in the mood to play hide and seek, or to have my my didgeridoo-dolls grabbed at by you yourself and your friends. So you'll pardon me if I'm not much into that. All right. Well, that's an interesting touch. Can we get a bit more light in here, please? It's darker than a Lovecraft novel in here. Must have gone somewhere. There might be another mannequin that's pointing me to him. Where are you, friend? Nothing seems to be going very well for anybody around here. The big problem is I'm losing lots of health and I can't find any more healing items or food to eat, which is a bit of a problem. Because I get the distinct impression this game isn't a big fan of saving. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I cannot eat these onions. I can eat raw sardines, but I can't eat onions. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where on earth is my friend gone? No, he's not here. That's a shame. Would have been a bit more dramatic if he'd actually been in here when I walked in. Oh, you are in here. Huzzah! Picked up gates key. Escape from prison. Alright then, I shall do that like the scallywag rogue, the non-rehabilitated person that I am. I shall do that. Alright then, I wasn't expecting a game of hide and seek. I think this is the first indie horror game I've ever played where you get to play a game of hide and seek. I like the touch that all the other mannequins around the place pointed towards where you were going. That was a nice touch. It stopped you from getting totally lost. Let's hope there's some food up here, because goodness knows I'll need it if I'm going to get bashed about a bit more. Let's see what we can find in here. Yay, it said it was saving. Oh. That is it. I didn't think this was a demo. I thought this was a full game. In fact, I was convinced that this was the full game. A short game, but I didn't think this was a demo. Give me a moment to investigate. Do you remember the last word that I said when I was listing off this game as a very long title? Prologue. This is a full... See, the way that games do demos, there's sort of two different ways of doing demos on Steam, which is a bit weird. Some games will release sort of two games, as it were. One which is short, and they'll call it like a prologue or a first chapter or whatever, and they'll have the full game as like a separate application. Other games will just have the regular game that you can buy, and then you can download a demo for it if you want to. A bit like how you could do demos over Xbox Live back in ye olden times of that happening. This is the former, not the latter, which is why I got confused. But despite the fact that it's made in this pre-build, which is usually a sign of low quality, and you know, I'll probably end up having a big debate about this pre-build one day, but normally when people use this pre-build, that's normally a sign that they're not going to put much effort into the game. But this one actually does seem to be relatively well thought out. The spooks are light, but they're interesting. The story is, again, light but interesting, and it is a little bit unusual, a little bit unique, with the hide and seek mechanic and the other mannequins pointing towards where you need to go to find the person, to act as a little guide. And then that mannequin was walking behind the fence as well. That was a nice touch. So this is actually quite nice. I quite like the idea that's here. I'm not sure if I'll play the full thing, but it's certainly a nice little teaser, a nice little prologue to the full thing, and I rather enjoyed it. I'm not entirely sure what this what this thing is with evil corporations imbuing human souls into mannequins, but I think somebody needs to look into it. I think somebody needs to make a committee or some sort of board to look into this matter, because I don't want to go into a clothes shop and suddenly get throttled by the being wearing the suit that I'm looking at. So I think we shall leave that there. I've already forgotten what it was called. See if I can remember all 5 of its bits of name. What was it called? Midnight Submersion Horror Nightmare Prologue. I think it's its full name. It's like when you meet someone that's got about 7 different middle names, and you just entertain yourself as a group of friends by trying to remember all of them. Right, never mind. I'm going to stop prattling about my inane rubbish, and I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your life now. So, thank you very much for joining me for this very long-named game. Look after each other, and good